What if we told you that experts found a connection between the overuse of technology and teen anxiety? Are you concerned about the impact of excessive screen time on your teen's mental health and development? If you've noticed your child struggling with anxiety, depression, or behavioral issues, and you suspect that their phone or tablet might be playing a role, then this video right here is for you. In today's digital age, it's nearly impossible to avoid screens entirely. But as parents, it is crucial that we understand the potential risk associated with too much technology use, especially for our children. In this video, we'll explore the findings of psychologist Jonathan Hart, who argues that the rise of smartphones and social media has led to a mental health crisis among our young people. Now, this video is for parents who want to make informed decisions about their child's technology use and protect their mental well-being in an increasingly digital world. We'll dive into the research linking excessive screen time to increased rates of anxiety, depression, and self-harm among our adolescents. You'll learn about the concept of the great rewiring of childhood and discover practical strategies for setting healthy boundaries around technology use for your family. A study found that teens who spent more than 3 hours per day on social media were more likely to report higher levels of depressive symptoms compared to those who spent less than 30 minutes per day. And these trends, they coincide with the widespread adoption of smartphones and social media platforms, leading to experts like Jonathan Hart who point to technology as the key driver in this whole crisis. Stats-wise, major depression among teens since 2010 has increased 145% in girls and 161% in boys. Mental illness among college students since 2010. Anxiety has gone up 134%. Depression has gone up 106%. Anxiety prevalence is up in all ages, but up the most at 139% between the ages of 18 and 25. And a 2023 study of American college students found that 37% report feeling anxious always or most of the time. 31% of them say half the time. So that leaves 1/3 of college students that said they feel anxiety half the time or never. That's crazy. And screen time, especially the use of social media, has increased so much since the mid-2000s. And at the same time, the mental health in our teenagers has worsened and is today one of the leading causes of illnesses among adolescents, according to the World Health Organization when they did a study in 2021. And in 2019, 29% of teenage girls and 10% of teenage boys in Norway reported having issues of depression or anxiety. And in a public debate, many argue that the exposure to social media is one of the major contributing factors to the increase in mental health issues among our teenagers. As social media, it's addictive and harmful and fuels an experience of inadequacy about our kids' personal lives or their appearance. And in 2023, UNESCO called for a global smartphone ban in schools to tackle the disruption of smartphones in the classroom and also protect children from cyberbullying. These are the stats, but how is this happening? Let's start with what's called the great rewiring of childhood and what's happening in the teen brain. Like we were talking about before, psychologist Hart, he argued that this mass adoption of smartphones and social media has fundamentally altered the way that our children are growing up and interacting with the world that they're living in. The evidence is super clear that since 2010 and 2012, even before COVID, the rates of mental health issues and anxiety had absolutely exploded and are directly tied to our teens and our young adults being connected, almost literally tied to their phones and social media 24/7, 365. They can't get away. They can't part ways. And speaking of part, this is a two-part problem. One, we've got excessive screen time that pulls children away from this in-person socializing and real-world experience that's crucial for their healthy development. So they're missing out on key components of social and their emotional development. And then they're exposed to harmful and anxiety-inducing content like bullying, comparison, and all sorts of content that's simply not age appropriate. You've got girls that are more likely to face self-esteem issues related to social media, while boys, they're at higher risk of gaming and porn addiction. Children, they need to experience challenges and setbacks to help build their resilience in life. Just like developing an immune system, it needs to be exposed to germs, bacteria, and viruses to get stronger, and muscles need to be exposed to strain and exercise to get stronger. Our kids, They need to face real life challenges with friends, social situations, and their emotional health in order to learn proper coping, adapting, and gain resilience in building strategies for life going forward as they get older. And this constant exposure to these high stress situations in the virtual world, combined with missing out on time outdoors or with friends, moving, exercising, laughing, engaging with others, it all adds up to another layer of what we like to call the perfect storm, leading to two things. One, an overactive, easily stimulated stress and anxiety centers of the brain, like the amygdala, literally rewiring the brain for anxiety, ADHD, and depression. And on the other side of that, the second part, kids have an underactive or understimulated part of the brain that creates a calm, emotional regulation that's good decision making, like the hippocampus deep in the brain or the prefrontal cortex. So what are the practical tips as a parent that I can use? Well, we can set clear boundaries around screen time and model healthy technology habits, like no phones until age 14. You've got no social media until 16, and even limits and tons of phone-free, no screen time structure, like encouraging in-person socializing or any kind of offline activities. You can monitor your child's online activity and use parental controls when necessary. Foster open communication about the challenges of navigating in this massive worldwide digital world. As parents, we have the power to shape our children's relationship with technology and protect their mental well-being. By setting healthy boundaries and encouraging real-world experiences and staying engaged in our children's life, both online and off, we can help them to navigate the challenges of growing up in this digital age. And most importantly, if you feel like your child or teen's anxiety and tech addiction has gone past the point of no return, and you can tell that their nervous system is entirely overwhelmed, overstimulated, and stuck on sympathetic fight or flight anxiety mode all the time, and you'd like to learn more about drug-free care options that could help hit the reset button for your child's brain and nervous system, I invite you to send us a DM to learn how neurologically focused chiropractic care has helped countless teens get out of that sympathetic anxiety storm and back to more calm, a relaxed and regulated life.